Hi there, welcome. Today we are going to do a series for the glutes, hips, core, all the things, spine. There's some arm work, some sneaky planks, and a little bit of coordinations. It's like a brain body connection, getting memory, all the things that we need to just kind of do to keep our body, mind sharp, all the things. So let's start with in a kneeling position. So we're going to start with this, I call it gyro breathing. And so you're going to open the hands here and arch the spine. As you're arching the spine, hips stay over the knees, ribs stay over the hips. So it's just this upper back and getting a nice stretch, wiggling the fingers, and then exhale to round. Your hips can kind of come off, set from the knees there. Inhale, arching. Exhale, chin knots. Feeling as though you can kind of create this hollowness through the belly as you round, bringing the pointer and thumb together. Inhale, shining that breastbone up towards the ceiling. Chin drops towards the base of your skull, even though it's lifting. Last one, and we're going to add in a little bit of diagonal. So opening to the right side or left side, whichever, looking over the shoulder of the hand that's lower. Exhale, getting that rounding through center. Inhale, opening, and exhale, closing. Inhale, looking, reaching the top fingers long, wiggling the bottom. Exhale. Inhale, wiggle the fingers, stretching across. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale into the back of the lungs, and then exhale through center, bringing the hands to the tops of the knees here in this rounded position. So pressing the hands, trying to open the chest as you're in this rounded position. Inhaling and then exhale, slowly rolling up, using the friction of the hands pressing against the tops of the legs, and then rolling the shoulders back. Perfect. From here, let's get started in quadruped. So on the heels of your hands, right underneath your shoulders, you can be on your fists, or you can also be down on your elbows here. But we're going to start here on your hands and coming into a little cat-cow. So just warming up the spine a little bit more. Seeing if you can kind of initiate the tips back and forth with a tilt of the pelvis. So the pelvis is the first thing to start that undulation of the spine. Good, lifting as you're arched, feeling as though you open the collarbones, chin knots, rolling into that C shape. Good, last one. C shape, feeling the upper back puff up. Good. And then finding neutral spine. Neutral spine is that happy medium between the two extremes of your tilts. If you were to lay on your back, you would have a little bit of space between the mat and your low back, or feel like it did. I don't think I actually do have space, but my spine has space. There's just stuff in between the spine and the mat. So from here, coming into some leg arcs. So the leg is going to stay at 90 degrees. Taking an inhale and exhale, high-fiving the ceiling with the bottom of your foot. Inhale to tap that knee down. Don't feel like you need to get it right back to that parallel position. You can actually tap a little bit behind the knee. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. as you're inhaling, thinking about sending the breath between each vertebrae, kind of creating space as you lower and lift. And also making sure that you're only lifting as high as you can control with the low back. So we don't want to arch through the low back too much as we lift that knee. Last one. And now opening out to the side in this hydrant lift. The hydrant's going to be a theme throughout this series. Inhaling to lower, exhale to lift. Using that low belly to help with the lift. So you're kind of connecting torso to hip to leg. So as you're out doing things, as you're out playing, doing whatever you like to do, you have that kind of neurological connection of the torso helping to work the extremities. Good, last one. Now coming into alternating. If you need to come down onto your elbows at any time, definitely do so. Inhaling down, exhale, lift. Good. Collarbones wide. Looking kind of at that space just diagonally, just a few inches in front of your hands. So the head stays in alignment with the spine, the neck stays in alignment with the spine. Last one. Perfect. From there, coming down onto your elbows. So with this, your elbows are right underneath the shoulders, feeling like the elbows almost can pull towards the base of the back of the mat there, or widening and getting this connection to the shoulder to the hip. From there, step the same leg that was just working back, and we're going to come into this kind of scraping, lifting motion. So scraping the toes. It's just basically we're just creating friction between the toes and the mat. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to lift. It's almost like you're flicking something off of your toes, or like a dog that's kind of scraping because it's really excited. Last two. And last one. From there, same kind of scraping idea, but we're going to come into some arcs of the leg. So big toe taps, scraping, pointing, little toe taps, scraping, pointing. Feeling like the sit bones draw long. As you cross midline though, the pelvis, the hips are going to spin just a little bit, but just let them be along for the ride. So you're still supporting the hips and everything with that neutral spine. Last two. Using the breath. You can inhale, exhale one direction. You can exhale as you lift both. Just making sure that you're still controlling through the torso. I know I said two more, but I definitely lied on that one. Pressing yourself up, back up onto your hands, and you can do this on your elbows. I'll show you what it looks like on your elbows after we kind of get the kind of routine started. So we're going to spin both feet to the side, so same side as we've been working, tapping the outside of the ankles. Hand comes down, open into a hydrant, kicking from the hydrant, knee comes down, step the opposite foot back, and then arcing that leg back. Knee comes down, so it's a tap and a spin, hand grounds, hydrant, kick, and down, stepping back, spreading the toes wide, arcing back. On the elbows, this is what it looks like. So tap, down, hydrant, kick, and step back, arcing, down, down. I'm going to stay up on my hands. So it's a tap, hydrant, kick, down, step back, arc. Nice. 2 more. Tap, hydrant, using that low belly to lift, and kick, and step back. Inhale, exhale, down, down. Last one. Tap, hydrant, kick, feeling that shoulder connect to the hip as you kick, step back, and arc. Down, down, child's pose, stretch it out, shrug up, shrug down. See if you can draw circles with your shoulder blades there. Good, and then we're gonna roll up, but sliding the hands, using that same theme of friction to roll up, and shoulders come back, and coming to the other side. I'm gonna spin so you can see it. So hands are right underneath your shoulders, taking an inhale, exhale, begin to arc, and down. Neutral spine, sit bones draw long. Inhale, resisting gravity, exhale, down. That resistive gravity gives you some nice eccentric work through the muscles, that control. Good. Last 2. Feeling as though the collarbones widen. Inhale, open out to the side in that hydrant lift. Slight flex of the toes towards the knees. Lifting only as far as you can control and not kind of hike the hip to lift. So if the lift is only a few inches, that's all right. So just keep coming back to these movements, these exercises, and I promise you will get stronger. Last one, come into alternating. So arcing up, tapping down, out to the side, down. Head stays in alignment with your spine. If you're on your hands, the eye gaze is just a few inches in front of your hands. If you're on your elbows, it's a little bit different. Good. Keeping that spine in neutral as you lift to your highest point. Last 2. Collarbones wide. Last one. Good. And down to your elbows. So elbows underneath, knees right underneath your hips, and elbows underneath your shoulders. Forgot the shoulders part. So from here, we're going to come into that scraping motion. And so stepping the leg back, spreading the toes wide, taking an inhale, exhale to lift. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Like you're flicking something off. There's like a little creepy crawly on your foot, and you really want it off. Controlling down. Elbows are wide, feeling as though they're kind of drawn to the back of the mat. And so, which helps keeping everything open and aligned. Last one, coming into the arcs. So here, big toe scrapes out to the side, taps out to the side, pinky toe taps. So we're getting this kind of really slight spin of the leg bone, the femur bone, in the hip socket. So we're getting external, a little bit of internal. So we're just giving the hip socket this nice nutrient kind of bringing motion, which means that we're just bringing blood flow, oxygen all those things to the hip joint. Last two. And last one. Holding there, gentle flex of the toes, and then begin to circle just at the ankle. Heel stays lengthened. Crown of the head is lengthened. Chin draws towards the base of your skull. Reversing direction. Try not to lean away from the side that's lifted. Try to lean into it. Last one. Good. Bringing that knee down. Give a little tail wag. Pressing yourself up onto your hands, or you can be on your elbows, whichever you prefer, and whichever your wrists prefer, I should say. So taking an inhale with that crown of the head long. Exhale, tapping to the outside of the ankle there, and then hydrant, kick, and stepping opposite leg back, spreading the toes wide. Inhale, exhale, head in alignment, up, down. So tap, getting that spin, and hydrant, kick, stepping back. Inhale, exhale, lift, down, down, tap, hydrant, kick, and step. Feeling the vertebrae kind of lengthen between each other, space between each vertebrae. Lengthen as you take that step back, as you find that half plank. Good. Two more. Tap and hydrant, kick, step, arc, down, down, tap. I feel like I may have forgotten a tap. And there, maybe not. And step, arc, down, down. One more tap, just for fun. From there, giving yourself a little tail wag. We're going to come down onto our elbows and stretch out the chest a little bit. So I'm going to show you this side first. So our elbows are right underneath the hips. Take a step back. Doesn't really matter which leg. This is more about a stretch. Spreading the toes wide and then opening the hand. Inhaling, wiggling the fingers, and then threading the hand through. Inhale, and it's like you're listening to the mat here with the ear, getting that nice stretch across the back, reaching up, threading. Sit bones draw long as you're moving through this. And now switching sides. So elbows right underneath, stepping the opposite foot back, which you had just done. So we're gonna reach up first and thread through, listening to the mat with your ear, and up, wiggling the finger, reaching the heel long. Inhaling into the back of the lungs, and last two. Sit bones reach long, and good. From there, unwind, sitting back, walking your hands to one side to stretch out. Inhaling through the nose, walking your hands to the other side. Inhaling into that side body. Walking your hands to center, and then taking a nice slow roll up. Using that friction of the fingertips, sliding across the mat, sliding across the floor, onto the tops of the legs, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and tall, reaching up towards the ceiling, and a big breath out. Nice job. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. If any of the series or sequences were challenging, that's a good thing. That means we need it. So keep coming back. Keep kind of layering on the strength, layering on the concepts. It's like a new language, so we just need to keep coming back to it, and eventually it won't be so foreign. And if you like this, or questions, comments, concerns, give me a shout. I love hearing from people, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you soon.